Hey, Brown Beauties. Welcome to Well Honestly, the podcast, sponsored by Brown Women Wellness. I'm Andretta, a functional nutrition wellness coach.
And I'm Aaqila. We are your mother-daughter hosts, bringing two different generations together weekly to educate you on all things related to health, nutrition, financial, and mental wellness during these changing times.
Once we know what choices we have, we can do better because we know the struggle to stay healthy is real.
We invite you to come as you are, but leave inspired to become your best healthy self. So let's get started. Yo, 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 baby, yo.
Okay, yo, 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 baby, yo. It's so nice to be in the studio, isn't it?
Isn't it, Andretta? Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Episode 41.
Yeah, man. Can you believe it's been 40 episodes?
40 episodes.
That's craziness.
We showing up and doing the doggone thing.
We are. I'm proud of us. I'm proud. So listen, what's the tea with life? Let's give them a little life update, shall we?
Shall we? You have all the tea because
Honey.
your life is lifing. So tell us what's going on.
Life be lifing. Well, I am officially back in Chicago.
Welcome back to the Windy City. Boom, boom.
Thank you very much. I think we should dedicate one episode to the cities that are overrated and overhyped that people keep talking about.
But you can't bash nobody now.
No, I'm not bashing. Because honestly, I enjoyed my time there, but I got a hell of a setup in Chicago, opportunity, I should say, that I just could not pass up. Then on top of that, I also started to realize, like,
there's no place like Chi-Town.
I just
don't
don't
say it. Don't say it.
It really is no place like home, and Chicago more specifically because it has a pulse. So,
all right,
you know,
we know we got soul up here in Chicago.
we do, and I am happy to be back.
Well, I'm happy that you are back, Aaqila. We're happy to have you back, and the good news is we can be in the studio together. You know,
I know y'all like the sound better with the studio.
It has to sound more
sounds
crisp.
way
It
better.
sounds better to me.
Same.
Anyway, so let's talk about what this episode is going to be all about. You know, one of our most popular series is the Did You Know series. So I said, okay, we're going to give them some more. We give you what you asked for. When the audience say, this is what we want, that is what we give
We're going to
them.
give the people what they need now.
Give them what they need. And you know we live in the studio right now, so let's put this thing on airplane mode.
Let's put that on airplane mode. Thank you very much.
All right. So what we're gonna do when we come back, we're gonna talk about face masks, and we're gonna talk about the importance of pooping. I know.
Y'all, now I have to say,
we have nothing X-rated here.
Let me just say this though.
We'll talk about anything on this show.
Let me just say this. I do a thing with this podcast where I don't like to know the topics off like ahead of time. So I'm literally hearing these topics with you, and my reaction is probably your reaction. Like, we're going to talk about what?
Yeah, we're going to talk about pooping.
Girl.
We got to talk about it because it's so important. But anyway, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Do you want to bulletproof your immune system to fight viruses during cold and flu season? A cup of Be Well immunity can keep the doctor away and keep that immune system at optimal levels. There are 8 well-crafted, organic, hand-picked herbs that will do just that. Go to brownwomenwellness.com and get 15% off your next purchase using code WellHonest15.
Okay.
All right.
We're back.
We're back. Are we going to start with the ish or are we going to start with the mask first?
We're going to start with the mask because you know what? The mask ain't going nowhere no time soon.
No, it's not.
Let's face it. You know, we're in, we're out. We're in, we're out. You know, although in certain cities, and I'm going to say I just left one of those cities because I visited, was helping Aaqila to move back to Chicago, and I was in Houston for a while, for a minute, a hot minute. They don't believe in masks down in Houston.
No, absolutely not.
They're not masking down there, y'all.
Well, my thing is with these masks, actually low key, high key, I'm okay with it because I don't want nobody look at me in my face in no way half the time.
Oh my goodness.
Don't look at me.
Wait. So you're using the mask as
Don't look at
So
me.
you're not using the mask for what a mask is supposed to be used for. You're one of those people that just want to hide behind the mask.
Listen, no, I mean, I'm gonna use the mask how it's supposed to be
No,
used
no, no,
for,
no, but
but you know how sometimes, like, you don't have to put a lot of effort because you got
you ain't
something
gotta put no
covering your
makeup
face,
on.
but the problem is when you do put on makeup, all you gotta make sure you good because that boy will be in that mask.
But you're right. I can, you can go places and you can put between my glasses and my mask, don't nobody know who I am. I can go
Yeah,
incognito.
that's what I mean.
We're
Don't
get
look at
we're
me.
getting kind of used to this mask thing,
Yeah.
but it's crazy. But let's go back and talk about what I learned. Let's talk about did you know?
All
Okay,
right.
so scientists found that some of the face masks that are used by the general public are laced with toxic chemicals. Are
You
we
don't
surprised?
say.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, what is not laced with toxic chemicals? But they're saying that it has carcinogens and environmental pollutants in the mask. And especially those surgical masks that you see everybody wearing. I was like, come on.
But then, no shade. It's coming from like China or it's imported from somewhere. And there is no regulations on stuff like that. So what do we expect?
Yeah, we did get most of it from that place that where they say all this stuff started. So,
Mhm.
but here's the deal: formaldehyde, come on, inside the mask,
So
tox
it's used to give the mask a new smell or
that clean
that clean
smell.
smell. Um
From
Little fun known fact about formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is in all of OPI's nail polishes. Did you know that?
I am not surprised.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
I am not surprised. But here's the thing about the mask, though.
Wait, wait, wait. Do we know does the audience know what formaldehyde is? I'm
They
sure some do, but maybe some don't. So let's hip them to what is commonly why is formaldehyde used in everyday life? Well, when you pass on and you are when your body is taken care of, so to speak, for the next stages of your body's journey, formaldehyde is used to clean out the insides of dead bodies.
okay.
So listen, when you think of it like that, is you don't want to breathe that in.
It's a chemical. It's a chemical, and so
It's a very dangerous
it's
chemical.
a very and the thing is, we're wearing masks more and more, so you're having this breathing thing going on. So and you're breathing in this stuff all day, all time. So there are some. Let's talk about some rules and regulations on wearing the mask too. We got to talk about that. We'll get to that in a second, but real fast, let's talk about the three kind of masks that we see. Besides, oh, my funniest mask is the ones where the people take their scarves and they tie it across their face.
I'm not mad at that either.
Actually, that might be
Yeah.
safer than the formaldehyde ones.
And honestly, it looks better. I'm sick of seeing surgical masks. I get mad. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I get mad when I don't have my black mask because who wants to walk around with this old Michael Jackson surgical mask around? It just feels tacky.
Well, I got news for you, okay? The N95 mask, which by the way, 95 means 95% effective when properly
Hmm,
fitted. That's why it's called the N95.
hmm.
It's a disposable medical grade device and it protects you against the airborne particles and allergens, mold spores, and all of that. Of course, the transmission of viruses. But you got to think about this for a minute. You know, the people, the healthcare workers keep these masks on all the
All the
time.
time.
They were wearing masks before this virus came along.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Even some of the you remember back in the day we would see like I would always see like people from like different parts of Asia or China and all that.
walking
They walking around
around
with
with the mask
masks and we
on
would always look like why? They were hip to the T
all
long
the
before
time.
long
Oh,
before.
and don't forget
Cause
about the
stuff
nail
just be
salons.
honey. Cause
You
stuff just be in the air. Like
In the air, in the
mm.
air. However, masks have their downside because prolonged use can cause physical adverse reactions such as a headache,
Hmm.
difficult breathing,
I've had that.
acne, rashes, impaired
Oh
cognition.
man.
Yeah, it interferes with your vision
A
too.
friend of mine had really bad face acne from the it's maskne is what they call
Not
maskne.
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 Oh,
It was
that's a
bad.
thing.
But to her credit and everybody else, most people who experience that, they work in the medical field. So it's too much. And some people that don't work in the medical field are just wearing the same mask over and over.
Let's talk about that because they talked
Ugh.
about that too. Because you gotta, they're called disposable masks for a reason.
Get rid of them.
Okay, and I see people outside exercising in their mask. Do you? I'm like, "Why are you exercising in your mask?"
Outside?
Outside? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, okay, so surgical mask, we know about those, and then the cloth masks now, they are the cutest ones. People are now wearing
oh,
masks
yeah,
that
they match your
ma
outfit.
match their hair.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't see nothing but lashes, so, but unlike the N95 and surgical masks, cloth masks are covering they are reusable, but you gotta wash them in hot water,
Mhm.
dry them in high heat to eliminate any harmful viruses and bacteria that might be trapped on the surface of a cloth mask, okay? But yeah, people get headaches. The straps be too tight. People have gotten cervical neck strain. I don't know how.
Neck
Yeah, I hadn't
strain.
heard that one from, and then from wearing your mask too tight. You
Oh.
know, so prolonged use, and then if it's in a hot and humid area, oh my goodness, they say you can actually get hypothermia from it. Because it's really hot. Think about people in real, real, real hot
No,
temperatures
cause I
wearing
was
them.
real, real hot in Houston, and I
Okay.
had to give a 2-hour presentation in a mask, and let me tell you something, with the AC barely being on, and I thought I got corona during the presentation because I couldn't breathe 1 hour in. I was like, "What?" It's because I had that mask on. I was circulating my CO2 back into my body, so
Oh my.
it's a thing.
Yeah, it's and then you got these moist environments, and they say you really should take them off, and I've seen people driving around in their cars with them on. I'm like, there's
That
nobody
is
in the
the
car but
dumbest.
you.
I don't un
Hello.
Somebody tell me, anybody out there listening that does this, tell me why. Like, I feel like it's because you forget, because I have forgot that I've had my mask on, especially after prolonged use. But like at some point you remember and you're in the car, take your mask off in that car.
Yeah, so bottom line is this formaldehyde, this chemical, a lot of people are allergic to it, and we don't know what the long-term effects are. We don't get affected by stuff right away. So, you're wearing these masks every day, you got the formaldehyde. So what's the solution? I mean, they're not going nowhere anytime soon. So I guess what we need to do is take frequent breaks between wearing the mask.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta just, and somebody also said, there are preventive measures such as applying moisturizers and barrier creams to prevent your skin from breaking down,
Mhm.
which makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Although caution should be taken to these moisturizers too. But and then they need to improve these doggone masks.
That well, I suspect in the next year or so they'll probably have like way better masks. I've
Yeah.
seen a few, and the real expensive ones. I'm just like, I just don't want to pay all that money for a mask.
Yeah, well, they're not going nowhere no time soon. And let's talk about these things, these clear things people be wearing on their
Clear
face.
things.
You seen these little people,
Oh, the
they look
face
the face
shields.
shields, they look like they
Yeah.
get ready to go and bust into a door or something. Are they really effective? Who
I
knows?
don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, the bottom line is they not going nowhere. So much for the mask. All right, let's talk about our next
Uh,
subject.
Lead
Yeah.
the way, honey.
Oh, baby, let's talk about it. So, listen, pooping. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not pooping,
Did you want to say bowel movement,
I'm gonna
maybe?
say pooping, cause
Okay.
I'm gonna call it for what it is. All
Well,
right.
if you really want to call it for what it is.
Well, we're gonna keep some decorum on the
Okay.
show, okay?
All right.
All right. But did you know that if you are pooping 0 to once a day, you are asking to die quicker?
Mm, it's a pretty strong statement.
It's because you know why? Because disease begins in the gut.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'll tell you something else. The gut holds everything. You've heard us on the show talking about probiotics and digestive enzymes, which we are strong believers in
Mhm.
because, we know we don't always eat healthy. Even if you eat healthy, there are people who eat a lot of greens and they still have digestive issues and they can't
Yes.
poop. So, what can you do to poop when you're supposed to poop if you're not pooping? Okay. Let's have some solutions here. I'm going to tell you one easy one that most people forget about and don't think about:
Mm,
apple cider vinegar.
okay.
Apple cider vinegar before you eat every meal will help your food break down and will help you that stuff slide on through.
Yeah, the thing is though,
No one's thinking about, let me get some apple cider vinegar before I eat these greens. Like, ain't nobody doing that.
Well, then take your digestive
Now
enzyme.
they do have apple cider vinegar pills, but you got to be careful with those.
Are they
Um,
really effective
yeah,
though?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't listen, honestly, digestive enzymes. So, on a personal note, I do have digestive issues. I think I talked about this a lot on the podcast. And so, digestive enzymes saved my life. And it became a thing where I actually do remember to either take them midway through a meal. Sometimes, if I'm really on my game before a meal, or I'll do it after. Whatever the case may be,
Can you
I'm
tell the
taking it.
difference?
What? Easily.
Okay.
Easily. And I also will say this because I've been doing this for a while now. I can tell the difference between different types of digestive enzymes
Yes.
and brands.
Yes. They're not
One is
all
not
equal.
all equal.
No, they're not.
No, they are
And you
not.
know what? Everybody's bodies are different. So sometimes you do have to play around with
Yes.
different kinds to see what works for you.
Yeah.
But there's another word that goes with pooping, and what happens before pooping. We're going to talk a little bit about that too, because this is also part of the did you know it pooping. You can't talk about
Talking
pooping.
about gas.
Farts.
Gas. Come
Farts.
on, gas.
Farts.
Come on now. Let's have some coof on
No.
today.
You know what happens when somebody is with you. You don't say gas. You say, did
Did
somebody
you pass gas?
fart? Okay, you want to be
Did you
cute.
poot?
But what are they? What is that? What is that anyway?
What is what? A fart?
A fart.
It's a buildup of gas in your body.
Okay, so why can't we say fart?
So no.
Okay.
No.
So anyway, but did you know the average person farts every day? I mean,
Everybody farts every day, I feel like.
sometimes 20 to 30 times per day.
This is hilarious to me.
I
Do
know.
you mind me putting you on Front Street?
No, you better not.
That got Brian. Let me put you a little bit on Front Street. Here we go, because we got to be honest. It's called Well Honestly. All right,
Okay,
cool.
all right, okay.
So when I was growing up, right, Andretta would she would have this whole thing where it's like, you can't hold your farts in, Aaqila, because if you do, you'll die, right? And I used to be like, what?
I did tell her that.
Legit. And so I would be like, what? So I wasn't a big, I didn't pass gas a lot when I was young. However, Andretta, I don't care where we were, she was letting it out and would do it so cavalierly, I remember we was I think we were in church or something like that. And I'm just, what is that? She just sitting there minding her business. I became so accustomed. I didn't even have to look at it to know, why are you farting in gas stations, airports, bus terminals, church, the restaurant? Why are you doing that?
Oh my goodness. Okay,
And
all
she
right.
still does that to this day, y'all.
Well, I've gotten better because now I understand where they're coming from. Because now I'm gonna tell you something. You got all kind of farts.
You got Brian over there. Go, honey.
Well, there are all kind of farts.
Ugh.
Okay, it's some.
We don't have to. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we know. And you used to hit him over the head with the woo wop. I know that.
Oh my God. But we do need to understand that excessive buildup could mean that you're suffering from some kind of intolerance or food allergy.
Yes.
It could be bacterial overgrowth. It could be that you're constipated.
It's the quickest way to know what your body doesn't like. Because I know for me, people you say beans always give them gas, and that's because of the enzyme in beans. But it never really gave me gas. But I remember spinach used to give me gas all the time.
Because everybody's body is different. So some things that may give one person gas is another person's not gas. Okay.
Right.
But if you are suffering from excessive gas and bloating, however, you may want to focus on a few things. One of them is slowing down while you're eating. A lot of people eat too fast, and that actually causes gas.
I know I eat too fast.
And also your gut may be imbalanced. And we talked about the digestive enzyme, and probiotics can help with that. A lot of people are sensitive to gluten or dairy and don't know it. And this is really common among Black people. Okay. And one of the reasons why losing weight after 40, is a struggle. It has everything with keeping your bowels active. So just, if you're having pooping problems, your body isn't digesting your food or eliminating your toxins properly. So they get clogged up. And so, we just need to find solutions for it.
So my whole thing is, I'm gonna put myself out there.
Go ahead. I want to hear it since you don't put your mama out there.
Oh, honey. Because that had to be. You shouldn't have brought this topic up, because that's the first thing I thought about.
Oh my goodness.
Am I the only one that after I'm done doing a number 2, I actually look?
Okay, now you going too far.
Because you have to look.
Well, there are different shapes.
That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't realize that until much later in life, but I
Yeah.
just would be like proud of certain things.
Well,
Like, oh, that was a good
actually, there is a chart that if you go to the doctor's office and they'll show you different shapes and sizes of them, and it's a telltale sign
it
of what's
is.
going on inside your
is.
body. I mean, on a serious note. And actually, we post this chart quite a bit inside our Facebook group. You know, in Brown Women Wellness, we talk about pooping a lot because there's a lot of people in there that's got digestive issues.
Everybody has digestive
So we talk about,
issues.
but on a serious note, we want to get our digestive system we really need to make it better. It needs to be better because it is all of your gut is like your second brain, and all disease start in the gut. So we want to be mindful of intentional eating is what I call it.
Intentional eating. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put that.
intentional eating. We want to do that. So let's wrap this up. That's enough for today's episode.
So what is the lesson?
Well, I could put
Don't fart everywhere you go. Okay, you can't hold it or excuse yourself.
And take your mask off when
Take
you
your mask off
when you
when you
don't
need
need it.
to.
Yes.
Digestive enzymes and probiotics, prebiotics are your best friends if you're gonna eat crazy.
Yes.
And look back at your poops to make sure that
Oh
you did a good
gosh.
job.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
And at that note, please don't forget to go in and
Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube. So we're
Yes.
on YouTube now with these
we are on YouTube.
podcasts. So
Thanks
it's
to
like,
our great engineer Brian.
yep, shout out to him because
Yeah.
sometimes people like to look at these things
They
at
do.
work. I
They
know I
do.
used to do that a lot. So we just want to give all the mediums their attention. So comment and listen. If you guys resonated with this episode, you know what to do, even though no one does it. Reach out to us on all social media platforms at Brown Women Wellness or Well Honestly the podcast. Also, you can email us with any kind of questions, comments, concerns, suggestions at info. It's info at brownwomenwellness.com. We are working on some good things for y'all, so we are excited about
Yes,
that.
we are.
So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime,
And we're gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again until somebody
What?
gonna actually comment and somebody's
And
gonna
start
actually
talking?
start.
Hey,
Yes.
we're here. Like it's me behind the email.
Okay.
So if you reach out, I mean, I promise I will respond. And also, we want to get everybody's voices heard on this podcast because I know that there are people that are listening that maybe can resonate or have questions. So we want to make sure that we're covering all those bases because this is for y'all. It's FUBUs, for us, by us, for y'all.
Okay. All right. With that, we will sign off.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Well Honestly, the podcast. If you want to know more about us and our products, check us out over on our website at brownwomenwellness.com. And remember, ladies, we are not doctors, and any information shared by us is not medical advice. Always follow your doctor's advice.
And don't forget to rate and review our podcast and let us know what you loved about this week's episode. And please subscribe to wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Feel free to email us and let us know what you would like to hear more of from us. Don't be afraid to say hi. We'll say hi right back to you.
Don't forget to find us across all social platforms at Brown Women Wellness. As always, show notes with the links to what we talked about today in this week's episode will be in the description box below. Thanks for listening.